Maeve. Today's Wednesday. Welcome to Euro Pocket News. The cost of studying in Europe, rubbish and curves are the themes of the day. So let's go. Further education comes at a cost. Studying is expensive. When we sign up to a university course, we sign up to monthly bills of rent, food and transport. Most of us, though, have ways and means of coping with these financial problems through means of part-time jobs, doing bar work, promotional work or giving grinds. But other young Europeans, desperate to pay for their college courses, are resorting to alternative ways to make money to study. By selling their bodies. Various European stats reveal that more and more female university students resort to prostituting their bodies to pay for their studies. And it's not a new concept. Last year, the French newspaper Le Figaro revealed that around 40,000 female students between 19 and 25 had prostituted their bodies on more than one occasion. Similarly, in the UK, according to a study by the University of Kingston, 1 in 10 were acquainted with a fellow student who worked at a topless bar or as an escort girl. And in Italy, the University of Calabria released details on students engaging in cyber sex for extra cash and inviting fellow students around for paid sex. Jan Figel is the European Commissioner for Education, Training, Culture and Youth. Has he anything to say? One of the titles of today's plenary sessions in the European Parliament is The European Interest Succeeding in the Age of Globalisation. But it was the one titled Ageing and Shrinking in Europe that caught our attention. Last week we spoke about the fears that we all have about getting old. Well, this week the EU went and rubbed it in our face by reminding us that none of us are getting any younger. Today the average age in Europe is 39, and seemingly by 2050 it'll be 49. In the EU, women have on average 1.52 children, but according to the EC's communication on the demographic future of Europe, we should be having at least 2.1 to keep the population going strong. We know that Russia has the same problem, and recently the government confronted it by offering incentive to couples for staying at home to reproduce. The best our MEPs have come up with so far is a draft report on enhancing the quality of life of older people through new information and communication technologies. Increase competition and create a single market is this week's resolution of our Information Commissioner, Viviane Reding. She spent a good part of yesterday presenting new proposals to her colleagues in order to boost the telecom sector that exists in Europe. If she gets the nod from the 27 members, a regional watchdog could be created, giving more power to Brussels to change the decisions of national regulators. The EU wants more consistency between member state legislation and promises that it will cut costs for us. But should we really give more power to Brussels? France Telecom has already said no and will fight against the pan-European telecom regulator that, if it does go ahead, would be known as the European Telecom Market Authority. When we think of Britain, a fairly clean image comes to mind, so it's hard to contemplate what EU Business revealed this week that Britain is the dust bin of Europe. That in the whole of the European Union, the Brits are those who dispose of the most rubbish. And if they continue to do so, in 9 years, they will have run out of space, according to the Local Government Association. Britain deposits the same amount of rubbish into landfill sites as 18 EU member states together, who have the lowest landfill rates. At the moment, the UK has around 22.6 million tonnes of landfill sites, Italy 17.6, Spain 14.2 and France 12 million tonnes. If it doesn't cut down under the EU's landfill directive, the UK will be fined £200 million. And finally, if you've got it, flaunt it, because a new scientific study has just revealed that curvy women are more intelligent. After testing over 16,000 women, the conclusion suggested that those with the hips are those with the brains. According to scientists from the University of Pittsburgh and California, the flab around the curves contains higher levels of omega-2 fatty acids that are essential for the growth of the brain during pregnancy. To check yourself out, divide your waist measurement by your hip measurement, and if you score between 0.6 and 0.7, you're clever. Well, that's all for today. Have a good one and I'll see you again tomorrow in Euro Pocket News. Bye!